Hey guys, Skinny Pigs 1 here. So tonight is just a nighttime routine that I thought I would share with you guys. Apple's almost finished. She had some antibiotics and oral antifungal for her yeast infection, and she's almost finished, so I just gave her a little bum bath and put her back in her cage. And now I'm going to do my usual tidy up for everybody at night. Somebody had left a comment on another video that said they would like to see a cage cleaning and if my husband would do the voiceover. So if you guys think that would be a fun video to see, then give me a thumbs up so that I know that's something you want to do, and then I can show my husband that people are interested in that, and then hopefully he'll do it. I think that could be a funny video to have. So Apple has done her stuff. Let's see, what's today? Today is Tuesday, so we still have Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday's going to be the last day for her antibiotics and her antifungal. So for whatever reason, Apple just seems to keep having a yeast fungal infection, like with her vagina, about every 6 months. At first I had thought maybe it had something to do with stress, but we haven't had anything stressful, and she got another one a couple weeks ago. Pretty much like clockwork, keeps being about every 6 months, so that stinks. But we have the, I think it's ketoconazole that we use. She gets 1 ml of that every evening for 14 days, and so far it's been good at clearing it up for her. And then unfortunately a couple times she's had also a UTI along with it, probably just because so much irritation down there, and she starts to pee herself a bit. It's not fun for her. I always feel so terrible when stuff's going on for her, because it must be so uncomfortable. But we're almost at the finish line, which I can't wait. And I'm sure she can't wait either. She absolutely hates getting given the antifungal, and it's a whole ml, so one of those small syringes, like the whole thing full. Where when she has the antibiotics, it's only half a syringe, but all the pigs seem to like the taste of that. So it'll be nice when that is finished. So while I'm tidying up here, I wanted to share with some people a couple things about my social media. It was something on my mind recently. I have obviously YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I just wanted to share on Instagram, I had changed my profile to say that I'm not taking any DMs. So I check my YouTube all the time. I'm always on here, try to keep up with people's comments. And then same with Facebook, I'm on there a lot trying to keep up with comments or messages, and I post pictures on there all the time. As for Instagram, I just go on there quick to see people's pictures or share a couple pictures of my own, but I really don't get into checking messages on there. A few reasons. I find I don't really have the time after I've checked Facebook and YouTube. And I do not like using my phone to type out messages. I just can't stand typing on my phone. And I also find like DMs are just annoying to type out because you can only put so many characters. And then you have to hit send and then keep typing. And I'm only on my phone for very briefly for using the internet. Good girl. So, long story short, if you want to get a hold of me, you have a question, number one, I would look down below in my description box of my videos. Most questions people have, the answer can be found down there. So if you look, I organized it as best I could to put things kind of into categories. So like one of the most common questions are people will ask, say, where do you get your fleece? So I always have the shops down below, or people are wondering something about guinea pigs in general. I have a couple sites linked down below that are trusted sites where you can do lots of research. Or it might be a video topic. What veggies do you feed? Again, if you look down below, you can figure that out. So that would be the first thing I would do, is check down there to see if your answer's there. And then the next thing is, if you can't find it there, if you just type into the YouTube search, you could put Skinny Pigs 1, say veggies, or Skinny Pigs 1 hay, or Skinny Pigs 1 bonding, whatever you're trying to look for, and see if there's a video on that topic, because chances are there is. Otherwise, if you don't see what you're looking for, by all means, leave a comment on my video. That's where you're going to get the quickest answer. But do keep in mind, I do have a full-time job, so I try my very best to check my YouTube in the morning and then a bunch in the evening to get back to people as I can. It's just generally most of the questions I find you can find if you did search or look down in the description box. That way you can get your answer kind of quicker rather than waiting for me to link you to that video or link you to that site. Ugh. So yeah, if you are on Facebook and you want to join us on there, that's where I usually post updates, interact with you guys a lot, and then I post pictures. I really enjoy taking like nice quality pictures of the pigs with whatever they're doing and sharing those. And then of course on YouTube, I do my videos twice a week minimum, and sometimes, you know, a couple more times a week, just depends what's going on. One other thing on Facebook, I really like posting quicker clips, so like maybe just a minute or under, so you'll also be able to see the pigs that way. Instagram, really just on there, as I said, quick to share some pictures and then follow some of you guys where I can, but it's definitely the one I use the least, where YouTube and Facebook I use the most. There you go. Okay, next cage. Oh, and then I also put on most places that if you have a serious medical question, to please talk to your vet about it. Which I know you guys have heard me say before, but trying to ask medical advice from people online when it's serious stuff is pretty pointless, essentially, because people online aren't going to be able to help you. It's the vets that are going to be able to help you. So instead of asking somebody online, what do you think this is, you should just be asking your vet that. So for those types of questions, 99% of the time, you're just going to get me writing back, please call your vet. I don't mind sharing like tips and advice later on. So say you just wanted to be like, how can I give my medications easier, or how do you hand feed, or have you ever used this medication before? Like things like that are fine. But if you're again asking me stuff like, hey, I took my pig and had this procedure done, but this is happening, again, you need to talk to your vet about that, because I just can't help you guys, and nobody really can online. And the big thing that I found when you're online and asking for medical advice, you really kind of get nowhere. I learned very early on to just stick with speaking with my vet. I used to be a part of forums, and any question you would ask, you get like 100 different answers depending on people's opinions. So you could say, hey, my guinea pig sneezes, and you're going to get 6 different responses, from that's nothing to your guinea pig's gonna die in a second. It doesn't help you, freaks you out, or you might falsely believe that it's nothing when it is something. So bottom line, let's say your guinea pig was sneezing whole pile. If you call your vet and say this, your vet's going to advise you for what you should do. And yes, chances are they're going to say, you need to bring them in so that we can see what's going on. So it's just recommended that when in doubt, please take your guinea pig to the vet for a health check. It costs money, yes, but trying to find answers online to save money just really isn't worth it when it's your pig's life on the line. I have taken pigs to the vet before, like worried about something's going on, and I've ended up paying obviously for them to be checked out and nothing's wrong. But honestly, it was worth every cent, because then you can go home and relax and know that you did what you could and that everything's fine, because nothing's worse than listening to somebody say, oh, I don't think it's anything, and then let's say it turns into something bad and you kick yourself thinking, I should have just gone to the vet and none of this would have happened. So definitely go with your gut if you know your pig best. So when something's up to the point where you feel like you need to ask somebody about, is this right? Skip the middleman and just go right to the vet. You guys are bouncy. Little bouncy babies. This cage is happy. Little popcorn and babies. Well, it's cute as anything. You guys like the sound of hay? Reese has jumping beans in her. Almost forget what I was talking about. So, yeah, I guess that brings me back to, that is why I left forums. Because I was always just left feeling freaked out, or, you know, or not concerned when I should have been concerned. Like, whole tons of stuff. It's so much easier just to deal with your vet and go with your gut with what you think's wrong. Because even if somebody online does guess right that your pig, let's say they do guess right and say, yeah, I think your pig has a URI, and your pig does, like, they can't give you medications for it. Your vet has to, and then you still have to go to your vet for a full checkup to see if that is what's wrong. And with piggies, time is so important, because they hide illness for as long as they can, and by the time you are seeing signs, they were sick for a while. So anything different with them that gives you cause for concern, go get them checked out. So I'm saying that when people are messaging me saying, what do you think about this or that, I'm just going to say you need to go to your vet for a health check. You guys are crazy today. Even Butter Pecan's running around. What are those girls doing? You guys are so cute. Nothing beats happy piggies. Get you guys some hay. There you go. And I don't know if I sound out of breath. I have a cold. And when I have a cold, it makes my asthma even worse. So I'm a bit short of breath just from tightness in my chest. Because I feel like it's more effort talking while I'm moving around. So you might hear that I sound like I just ran up and down the stairs 100 times. But have no fear. It's just because I have a cold. I hate it whenever I get a cold. Makes my asthma a bit more noticeable. Normally, I take my inhalers morning and night and I don't notice a thing. Like, totally fine. I just wear my mask down here and it doesn't bug me. But when I have a cold, I cough and cough and cough and have that tight feeling in my chest and in my throat. And I usually end up coughing for weeks. And then anybody else get where you do that cough where you can't stop and you almost want to barf? Where you're trying to go to bed at night and then you can't stop coughing and you just want to scream because you're tired? Yeah, That's that. Hi, boys. Hi, buddies. Who's whining? He's not even close to you, Apple. Apple does a really loud whining voice when Huckle gets too close to her and she just wants to relax and doesn't want him to bug her. But he's not even close to her and she thinks he is. Okay. Hi, little Hoppy. You guys tidy? Excuse me. There we go. You guys are pretty clean. I did one tidy up before this evening again. Like I do every morning and night, but these guys I did right when I got home from work as well. Somebody had asked a good question about why do skinny pigs, even if they're just like guinea pigs, poop and pee more? Reason, they burn more calories trying to keep their temperature regulated. Fur on guinea pigs is keeping them cool, keeping them warm, where naked piggies have to work more to keep their body temperature regulated. So they're burning more calories, therefore they need to eat and drink more, therefore they poop and pee more. So my two boys that are together, they poop and pee a lot more than everybody else. Which that's what I've always found for skinny pigs. Remember Kelvin and Hobbs, when they were together, it was always quite the big pile of poo. So if you are having skinny pigs, bigger cage is like an absolute must. I don't know how people keep skinny pigs in pet store cages. You'd need to clean that like 100 times a day. Okay. So the piggies are all set. I don't know where Bun Bun is. I can hear him ripping paper. We were actually able to send a piece of Bun Bun's nose, the horn part fell off. So we sent that for testing. So we're supposed to hear sometime this week if they were able to tell at all what it is based off of that piece that fell off. Bun Bun. Bun Bun. Bun Bun. Where are you? Buddy, there you go. Hey, bud. Were you ripping paper? So, Bun Bun's almost completely shed. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He went through a shed and he's just about finished. So I need to do a full clean of this room. Whenever he sheds, it's everywhere. So I need to take out all his boxes because I know there's going to be so much bunny hair. I need to vacuum back behind these. So I was thinking about filming a deep clean, but then I'm not sure because I know people don't like when I speed up, but there's no way I can do a deep clean and not speed up a little bit because I'm going to have the vacuum running. So maybe let me know if that's a video you'd still want to see, because I'm literally going to have to move all the bins out, vacuum all back in there because poops fall down the back. I need to vacuum off his Kong pad. Sorry. And then take out all the paper out of his boxes. They have packing paper in there. And he has hay and seagrass mats, everything. I need to pull it all out, sweep it off, vacuum it off, and then put it back. So yeah. So the only other thing I do at night, it's really awesome that we don't have any medications to worry about. I do give Bullseye his glucosamine once a day, so that's for joint support because he's elderly and he was showing some signs of having some arthritis. It's not a pain medication or anything like that. What it does is to help rebuild the cartilage between your joints so that it's less painful, and it's definitely worked for him. So that's the only medication that we give out, and it's not like it's something I have to give him or something bad's gonna happen, where before, like, we were relying on Cisapride for him, and then Butter Pecan was Cisapride and gas drops. Like, I had to be here to make sure that they were going to be okay, and now we don't have to worry. Hey, little piggies. Oh, big pile of pigs. Oh, big piggies. You're so pretty. You're so cute. My little Reese bear. You're so pretty too. You're so cute. Piggies make me happy, and so does my bun bun. Hello, my bun. You got a fuzz. Yep, you have a fuzzy. Love you, buddy. You're such a good boy. So I'll let you guys know if I get to hear what his nose is made of. She said there's a chance that they can't tell. So we took that chance. But yeah, okay, so that's everything that we do at night. I'm just going to fill up a couple waters, nothing too exciting. And then I'm going to go upstairs and get out of the bad quality of air down here. Normally it doesn't ever bother me down here, but as I said, with my cold, it's a bit irritating even with my mask on. Okay guys, later.